Good morning, my name is Jaden Lorman. Thank you for tuning in to the Blues News this week.
And my name is Caitlin Stratman. This week we will be covering state assessments, what to know about prom, competitions, and highlights. All of this happening now here on the Blues News.
I'm a big fan of spontaneous plans, and if you're anything like me, you should see the Blues Studio Improv Hour this Tuesday on March 31st. Blues Studio is an advanced theater group that is always working hard as a group to entertain our school. The event is free admission, so make sure to stop by room B215 at 7 p.m. to support our Blues Studio players and stick around for a good laugh.
Get ready to light up the night. Prom is coming up on April 11th with this year's theme, Electric Underground. It will be held at Townsite Tower from 8 to 11 p.m. Tickets go on sale April 1st. Seniors get in free, and tickets for other students and outside dates are $20. For an additional $5, there will be a VIP experience from 7 to 9 p.m. VIP students get early access to the venue, a special reception, hors d'oeuvres like chicken tenders, sliders, fruit, and a charcuterie board, plus professional photos available during that time. You won't want to miss this. It's going to be a great night. In other news, over spring break, our music department took their biannual trip, which took them to Orlando to perform at different venues, such as Universal Studios and Disney World. While there, the groups were able to explore and enjoy some time on their own.
Yes, the groups were left on the Thursday prior to the break with plans to return following Monday, but the weather had other plans. Nearly all the flights out of the Orlando area were canceled, forcing the department to make a 20-hour bus ride back to Topeka. Our students and staff arrived back to the school safely with the following Wednesday, adding an extra 2 days to the adventure. Now, what would you do with $10 million? That's a big decision to make, especially for someone who doesn't like their stepchildren. If you're confused, you should come see the theater department's production of The Curious Savage. This comedic play is guaranteed to take you on an emotional roller coaster. The production will run for 3 nights on April 16th, 17th, and 18th at 7 p.m. each night. Now let's go to Jason for this week's music review.
This week on Music of the Week, we take a look back on the album Hangin' Tough by New Kids on the Block. Released in 1988, this album set the stage for modern boy bands to come. The group, consisting of Jonathan and Jordan Knight, Danny Wood, Donnie Wahlberg, and Joey McIntyre, were turned into young superstars from their second studio album. The album featured hit songs like You Got It, The Right Stuff, Cover Girl, Please Don't Go Girl, and I'll Be Loving You Forever, which eventually became the #1 song in America for a while.
Once again, Cole McKnight introduces us to another faculty member.
This week's Teacher Spotlight is shown to Mr. Eliason. He is our AP U.S. History teacher and our AP Micro and Macroeconomics teacher. Here he is to tell us more.
All right, so what is your favorite part about your typical school day teaching?
It depends. I mean, obviously, if we're doing simulations, that's probably my favorite part. I mean, generally, if we have good primary sources that we have the students breaking down, I really like when students are able to make those sort of connections. So I think that's probably my favorite part on the day-to-day when we're not doing like simulations and fun stuff like that.
So when you're teaching, how do you build your connections? How do you build connections with your students?
I mean, it just has to be because we're in AP classes and we're moved pretty quickly. I mean, you do some ice-breaking stuff at the beginning to get to know your students a little bit, but I mean, just trying to interact with them as they're analyzing primary sources and, trying to make stuff relevant to their lives. Anytime you can make connections in history or economics to students' lives and the way that they see these issues day to day. That helps me make connections because it allows me to see what issues are important to them.
So throughout the way you teach and whatnot, what do you think makes yourself a great teacher?
I'm all right. Great teacher. I put a lot of care into designing curriculum and trying to make it relevant. I really try hard to connect events together and to make sure that students are connecting new learning to the things that they already know. And then I try to give students lots of opportunities to practice the stuff that we're learning with very clear expectations. So to me, that part of the instructional sequence is what makes me effective as an instructor. All right, that's what we have. Yep.
Thank you to Mr. Eliason for being such an amazing teacher. Tune in next week for Teacher Spotlight.
Thank you for tuning in to the Blues Lens. Now let's hand it over to Peyton Goring and Isaac Ansley to talk about the Keisha legislator.
Tonight on AW 437 Sports Talk, big performances on the hardwood, major moments in the pool, and battles on the mat that lived up to the hype. From buzzer beaters in basketball to record-setting swims to hard-fought wins in wrestling, we've got everything you need to know. This is where scores meet stories, highlights meet analysis, and the biggest moments get the spotlight they deserve. No fluff, just the facts, the breakdowns, and the plays everyone's talking about. You're watching AW 437 Sports Talk. Let's get started.
Welcome to AW 437 Sports Talk. Tonight we've got a full lineup of rural sports. The Washburn Rural baseball team is looking to get back on the winning side of things, coming off 2 losses against Olathe East and Olathe West. They play host to Emporia this Friday. Men's golf will go into the Rural Invitational at Wamego Country Club with confidence as the Junior Blues host 16 other schools looking to claim the Great Plains Classic. Also, track season has started and has already started solid for the Junior Blues. First, let's jump into baseball as we recap last week's games versus Olathe East and Olathe West.
The Washburn Rural baseball team dropped 2 non-conference games this past weekend, losing at 2 Sunflower Conference powerhouses, Olathe East and Olathe West. The Junior Blues dropped to 5-2 on the season. They look to rebound this Friday against conference foe Emporia, who comes into the matchup sitting at 5-3 on the season. Barty Haas will be on the bump for Game 1, and myself will be on the mound for Game 2. Coverage will be streaming on the Washburn Rural YouTube channel. First pitch is at 4 o'clock, while Game 2 will start around shortly after. We hope to see you there and listen in.
The Junior Blues men's golf squad will head to Wamego this Thursday for the Washburn Rural Invitational, also known as the Great Plains Classic. Some really heavy competition this year, as is every year. The Junior Blues placed 5th last year, shooting a team score of 320. Some players to keep an eye on are the 3 seniors, Michael Wilson, who's coming off a 6th place finish last week at the Shawnee Mission East Invitational. Myself, Peyton Goring, coming off an 83 posted score last week, and Higgins Hawks coming off an 85, both at the Shawnee Mission East Invitational. The tournament will start shotgun style at 1 o'clock at Wamego Country Club. Now to Cole and Rhiannon for our swim and dive story.
The Washburn Rural girls swim and dive team has entered the pool for their opening weeks of competition, and the Junior Blues are already making waves. This season kicked off on March 26th at Emporia High School. In a competitive field of 6 schools, Rural finished in 4th place with a total team score of 284 points. It was a close battle, as the Junior Blues finished only 4 points behind the team in 3rd. There were a couple of individual highlights from the meet. Sophie Reffett's performance at the meet earned her the title of Meet MVP, which was voted on by her peers on the team. Senior leadership also appeared, with Ava Von Lintel claiming a win in the 200-yard freestyle with a time of 2 minutes, 37 seconds, and 70 milliseconds. The team kept their momentum going for their second meet of the season, hosted by Topeka High at the Capitol Federal Natatorium. This meet was much larger than their first meet, but the Junior Blues continued their dominance. Out of 14 teams, Rural claimed a 3rd place finish with a team score of 230 points. Keeping the senior winning streak, Audrey Apin delivered a strong performance in the 100-yard breaststroke, taking home a 1st place finish in the event with a time of 1 minute, 18 seconds, and 19 milliseconds. It was a strong start for the team, and aspirations are high for the rest of the season. Come back next week for more stats and results from their meets on April 8th and April 14th.
Washburn Rural senior multi-time Class 6A state champion Liam Morrison opened his 2026 season with a sweep in the hurdles race last Thursday. Morrison won the 110-meter highs in 14.43 seconds before coming back later to take a win in the 300s.
The Junior Blues also got boys wins from junior Kristen Hartman Bain in the 200-meter dash, and from the 4x800 relay team. Washburn Rural's girls posted wins in 2 of the 3 throws in Thursday's meet, while also adding a pair of runner-up finishes. Rural junior Caitlin Peterson won the shot put with a throw of 36 feet 11 inches and finished 2nd in the discus, while senior Morgan Ray won the javelin with a throw of 144, while her junior blue teammate Katie Smith was second. Washburn Rural also got a win from senior Emily Graff, who won the girls 3,200 in 11 minutes, 25 minutes, and 73 seconds. Peyton?
Yeah, Isaac, obviously now to preview some games this upcoming week. Let's start with the baseball. Just tell me about everything about Emporia and what we need to do to get that dub.
Yeah, Emporia coming off 2 losses to Junction City. They're trying to come back, rebound, but we've got all of our pitching staff back, hoping to bounce back against our 2 non-con games and hoping to get back in the win column.
What do you guys need to do to get that win? Is it hitting, pitching? What do you need to focus on?
Both, I think, to start off. Need to start off on the right side. Brody Haas and myself got to throw scoreless innings, and we got to get on the board first, put up cricket numbers, and hopefully get a dub.
Right.
And Peyton, now on to golf. What do you guys need to do to shoot well, post good scores?
Well, obviously we're very familiar with the course at Wamego as we host it, the tournament there. But you just gotta, honestly, I think you gotta keep your, your mindset right. You know, you can't let a bad hole just take over, because honestly, that kind of happened a lot at Shawnee Mission East, and Wamego is really known for their fast greens. So just control the pace of that, and then just play your game. I think we can finish well, and then obviously. Talking some soccer, they're coming off a win at Manhattan. Shout out to the soccer team, big up there. That's all we got here on AW 437 Sports Talk. We hope to see you for the next show. Good night.